Hey, T'Challa, can you hear me okay? Hey, Sonia. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jessica. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Sylvia. Let me see if I can request. Let me see if I can get my guest on live with us. That works. Jananda, hello. Karima, welcome. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, you don't have any echo on your end, do you?
No, you're good.
Okay,
You're good.
good. I want to make sure. Sometimes when I do the Facebook Live with two people, it gives me an echo. I don't know if it's an iPhone thing or what, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
'Cause I have like you can get like a better mic sometimes and it'll help out.
oh, I'm
But
not
right
doing that.
now,
I'm not doing all that. Good evening, Sean Fair. We got Valerie J. Lewis Coleman, one of our
hey,
other speakers on.
Sean. Hey, Alex. Alex is here. You
Alex,
go.
hi,
I never called
Alex.
you about Sean, Alex. So let me call you later.
Uh-oh. Alex, Victoria Hainsworth, welcome. Maurice Miller,
Hey.
he's one of my clients as well. Maurice, I gotta send you an email. Remind me, inbox me. Rick, good evening, sir. All right, we're gonna get started. So
Okay.
I'm so excited. What's today?
Yeah.
Today is July 21st.
Woo!
We will be convening in the great city of Chicago in a little bit,
Yeah.
August 17th. People will actually start getting there August 15th.
Yep.
And so I'm excited because this is Sylvia's first time with me. And I'll probably say this at the conference, but I have to say
Mhm.
it now. Like many people don't know, when you were serving at Oakland University, when you were speaking at Oakland University, and I was like a nobody, like I was like,
Aw.
I don't want to say I was a nobody, but I was like just getting my feet wet in the industry.
Uh-huh.
Like I was passing out your papers, like I was the person passing out your handouts, like
Oh,
serving,
thank
helping you.
you.
And
Aw.
so I'm like, yeah, I've been with Sylvia a long,
Yeah,
long
I've been
time.
around a long time. I feel
Yeah, yeah. So I used to hear about this Sylvia Hubbard, and then I got a chance to meet her, and then I
Hey,
got a chance. Yeah, Tony Rushing is on, Hoy is on. These are awesome, awesome people, awesome authors already. Um,
Valerie.
but I just want to say thank you. I mean, thank you for planting the seed in me,
Aw.
and and for agreeing to speak at my conference. It's an honor because we go
Thank
way back,
you.
like 10 years plus. We go back to Greater Grace when it was
Yeah.
what, Christian Writers of America. What was it?
Yeah, Venus used to ask me to speak a lot. I mean, I then it's funny because like I meet people when that I've met when I first started out, and
Yeah,
they'll be like, "You still doing that? Oh my God, I
yeah,
can't believe you still." And I'll be like, "Well, what
yeah.
are you doing?" And they'll be like, "Well, girl, I just did that one book, and that was it."
Exactly, and I'm done.
I'd be like,
Exactly.
"What? I
Yeah.
bought a house with my books. Y'all better
Right.
keep going with this one."
Right. Right. So I went back to my old church today, and I think one lady asked me, "How's your book coming?" I said, "Books with an S."
Right.
People be trying to
Right.
throw shade. Like I've written 11 books since I left Greater Grace Temple. Don't try and shade me. So anyway, explain to the people who you are first. I'll have a few questions, but just tell us who
Okay.
you are. Tell us what you do and why you do it well.
So I am Sylvia Hubbard. I am an author and founder of Motown Writers Network, which helps
Yes.
writers get to their literary goals, and then we connect readers to Michigan authors. We've
Yes.
been doing that since 2000, and I created also the Michigan Literary Network, which is to involve more literacy efforts and to get more readers reading, especially in Metro Detroit.
Yes.
I do workshops, conferences all over the United States and
Yep.
Canada,
Yep.
and I
Because you used
basically
to do the Motown Writers Network conference. For how long did
yes,
you
I
do that?
did. But then it was like so many other were well, I had created the conference because there was no conferences. There was a need for literary
Exactly.
education in Detroit.
Yep.
And then once we started, and then I stopped basically probably about 2000. 13 was our last conference.
Mm-hmm. And I picked up the red ink in
Right.
14.
And then it was like everybody else started doing it. So now I just kind of influence other conferences because that's what the whole goal was, to get people back to educating other people and
Right.
also serving the literary community and the literacy community. So now we're getting more efforts, and why reinvent the wheel when other people are stepping out on faith and doing it
Exactly.
now. So I kind of, I was just kind of there until everyone else kind of woke up and smelled the coffee and said, hey,
Yeah.
let's do it too. So
Yeah.
I really, I love books. I love writing. I love reading. And so I'm so glad that, Detroit is becoming a stronger influx in
Yes.
literacy and book writing. So we're
Mm-hmm.
going to get back to the game, and soon, we're going to have our book expo here in
Yes.
Detroit. My whole goal is like, once people start really looking and seeing that Detroit is a major powerhouse, it's its own brand, and you need to be here, and you should have your events here, especially book events.
Absolutely. So some people call you, don't ask me who, we do in the industry. We like to call you the ebook guru. You have like 11 ebooks. I don't know how many. I stopped counting. I stopped counting after 20. So
well, this year I'll be hitting 50 at the end of this year, because it's
ebooks.
3 books out this year, so it'll be 50 books.
So you've done, I know you write romance, so you'll do a short story or a full novel, and you'll upload it as an ebook before you print it.
Right, that's what I do. And a lot of people ask me the reason, is there a particular order? I do that order basically pretty much because it's natural for me. I was a single mom. And I could not afford my own books, like literally my own paperback books. I couldn't afford.
Right.
I would literally go to offline conferences, and I got blacklisted for this, for going to offline conferences, and I would have like little order forms that you could order an ebook.
Right. They're like, man, it's an ebook.
Because that's what I would do, is because it was a low cost way for me to still be an author. And that's what people do. They still, even to this day, and all the money I've made from ebooks, people still discount ebooks. They don't see them as a powerhouse of like, you're still an author even when you create an ebook. But people don't. A lot of people don't
who say that you're not. Like readers.
Right.
Readers feel that way?
No, a lot of the
traditional authors. All right, the people with the big money, publishers. The Baker and Taylor authors.
A read is a read is a read. So it doesn't matter what format the read is in, it's counted as a read. Correct. Even if it was a free read, it's counted as a read. So I don't care what it is, it's a read. If you wrote a book or a story and someone purchased it, yes, it's a read.
So wait, I want to stop you right there. So I'm glad you said that, and we'll kind of get into this in the conference. But on Amazon tracks reads and downloads, not money, correct?
Right. It tracks reads. It wants to know how many people really read the book. So it even varies on Amazon from download to how many pages was even read in that book.
Wow.
That counts. It's even a stronger count, and people think that, well, it's just if I do Kindle Unlimited.
Sure.
No, we want to know everything. Amazon keeps track of how, literally now they keep track of how many pages was turned in that book to make it a stronger book buy.
Okay. Oh, that's so good to know. Okay, stop right there. Don't give us any more. So I asked you to come on tonight. This is just to whet the people's appetite for what we're going to do Saturday, August 17th in the great city of Chicago. I titled this How to Write Price, because we talk about price of ebooks a whole lot. Me and you, Sylvia, we go back and forth. How to price, publish, and market. You know, marketing is a whole beast in and of itself, particularly when it comes for ebooks, because people are like, look, my book is on Amazon.
But they still doing it wrong. They'll say my book is on Amazon and then put a picture of the book, and that's it. And I get so mad. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, because they don't put the link. Do not put Amazon.com. You do not send a crackhead up into a crack house and say, go to the room at the top. They're going to stop at the first room
They might find it. They might make their way up the steps eventually. But I get what you said. I get what you
But
said.
you get them directly to your site. And people say, well, Amazon is so big. How am I supposed to get my link in there? Well, you should know your Amazon
You know
profile
your
page.
link.
You should, of course, created it before.
Right. Create an author page. We talk about
You
that.
should know
But
where your link is.
But you
Go ahead.
also teach us to go create a short link on bit.ly.com.
Right.
Don't tell them tonight, but we'll talk about it in the conference. All right.
Yeah,
So
Bit.ly.
Yeah, for those that don't know, they like, what? Doing what? All right. So real quickly, I want you to count backwards. I want you to start with number 3. Tell me the top 3 things, the top 3 mistakes you see a lot of authors make with their ebooks. But you're going to start with number 3. Don't start with number 1.
So number 3 would be is that bad cover.
Okay.
Bad cover.
Yep.
People
I agree.
They can just throw up anything, literally.
Throw up
Anything
literally
online. But you gotta remember that your ebook is just as powerful as a paperback, and that reader is looking for something to draw them. And now people's attention spans have gone down to just 3 seconds. So you have 3 seconds to really pop right there with somebody. You got to make sure when they come to you, they come correct, and they're going to stay there, because if they don't know you, they need at least to spend at least 10 minutes with you before they want to give you $1.
Wow.
So if you can't stop them and say, hey, look at this ebook and see what else is there, then you're going to miss out. So you really get a professional to format that ebook, format that cover, and make it a professional ebook.
So here's the thing: define professional, because a lot of people think their uncles, their cousins, their baby mama know how to design a cover because they went to art school and they got a degree and they know how to design it.
Right. Just because they know how to use Instagram does not mean they know how to design an ebook cover.
Not Instagram or Canva.
Right, or Canva.
Yeah.
You should go to a professional. You should really, especially first time, second time authors, I really implore you to go through the whole publishing processing steps. Learn how to do it working with professionals before you say, oh, I know how to do
it myself. Yeah, DIY. Yeah. All right. So the book cover is the 3rd biggest mistake that everyone.
The 3rd biggest mistake
that most self-pub authors make. Self-pub,
right?
Not traditional.
Not traditional, because they don't have a lot of control. But working with traditional, when you're working with a traditional publisher, make sure when you're working with them, or they have professional knowledge, or you're signing your contracts, look at those ebook clauses in there to make sure that how much control of that ebook, will they be doing the distribution? Will they be doing some marketing on that ebook?
Right.
You know, what kind of cover control do I have for that ebook? You know, you can sit there and try to hatch out, like, you know, I'm not saying, you know, pick your arguments, but pick your battles, but, you know, just try to find out more about what control they really have, because some people will get published and then I'll say, well, who's doing your ebook? And they'll be like, well, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do. They have no information.
I don't know,
but that's really important. Yeah. Don't discount your ebook. It's a great promotional tool. It's a great way for, especially first time, second time authors, for people to get a taste of your writing. Yes. So you don't want to discount that, because if you want them to buy a $15 book, which you're asking a lot, maybe you should just introduce them with a lower cost way to get to you, in order to make sure they want to really give you money and invest in you.
Yes, I agree. So number 2, we talked about the cover. What would number 2 be?
2 would be pricing.
All right, let's do it. What's up with the pricing for ebooks?
I'm sorry to say that we are not all Stephen King. And
we will be, though.
We will be. But your first time out.
One day. I'm trying to be Tyler and Oprah in one.
You can't charge $15 for an electronic file. That's not even a gig.
But
I'm like,
I put my hard-earned work, blood, sweat, and tears into this
I
book. I can
understand
charge what I want to charge for it.
you can charge whatever you want to charge, but you can eat saltine crackers,
And peanut butter and some jelly.
not even peanut butter at this
Yeah, just saltine crackers.
because that's how broke you gonna be if you
Yeah,
waiting on this. I want to support you, not your crack habit.
yeah,
That's all I say.
yeah.
I would love to help you out. And sometimes I don't even want to promote your book because you charging $15.
$15 for the
And
ebook.
then there's some even authors who sell them straight from their site. And I understand you want to keep all that money to yourself. You don't want to give Jeff Bezos any money, and
I
that's
get it.
understandable to me.
But he's
But
faithful. He's
but could
faithful.
you please take off the shipping and handling charge
Of an ebook, what
of
shipping
the
and
ebook?
handling do you have of a file that's emailed to me? Like, there's no stamp,
Because
no envelope.
I'm still going after authors for my $2. I I don't
Oh,
know why I was there, but I just, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna support her. And then they had a shipping and handling. I'm like, wait a minute.
no, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not going. Well, let me say this. I stand in line for people's book launches, and I never know how much the book is until I get to the front. And I'm a little stunned when somebody says, "Oh, 1995," and it's 105 pages. Now I pay
Yeah,
1995 for like my resource books, my AP style book, my Bibles. And
that was my weekly groceries when I was broke.
right,
So
right, $20
you, you
is like tacos, spaghetti, and maybe some pork chops. That's like
right.
3 meals.
And hamburger helper and some spaghetti.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you can't. You gotta really, and I'm not saying you're not valuable and your work is not valuable, but make a industry standard decision when you're
Okay.
doing it.
Make
Go
an
out and
educated
look at
decision.
other authors. Go out and join ebook groups and give consensus. Well, how much should I charge in this genre, or how
Yes.
much should I charge for this type of book?
Mm-hmm.
Because you really are overpricing your book on something that you shouldn't. And especially for first time authors, I understand that. I understand. I feel valuable. I am a queen. I know every word I write
Mm-hmm.
takes time and energy and everything, but come on.
So, Sylvia, I want to touch on this a little bit and then we'll get off the pricing because I know we're going to cover that more in depth at the conference. But I know
Mhm.
for a fact there are free ebooks on Amazon, and there are a whole bunch of ebooks for 99 cents
Yeah.
on Amazon. What is the
hmm
method? What is the method to that madness?
You have to really investigate the author for that because when I first decided to try free ebooks,
Uh-oh.
I was going into maybe my fifth book by
Yep.
then.
Yep.
I was going into my fifth book because I needed every little dime I could get. But then I sat back and I really started like researching like why would an author charge a free book? And the reason why I did make this book free was because of this. This author, I can't remember his name now, and I still have the book somewhere, but he literally had his book for free
Uh-huh.
on Amazon. It was a
Yes.
marketing book. It was
Okay.
a free book, but his paperback book was $15.
Okay.
His book ended up number one on New York Times. And
Now,
to this day, I know that he still charges it for free. The
the
ebook is
the
free.
ebook
For
is
free
free,
now.
but the physical book is 15.
Yeah, the
Okay.
physical book. Um, so for that reason, because the book it was so good, I remember it was so many tips that I learned from that book because it was a marketing book. It
Bring it
was
to the
so
conference.
good.
Bring it to the
I gotta go
conference.
dig it out because it was so good. Like I still like retain a lot of that knowledge and apply it when I do a lot of marketing things. So it was like it was a really good book. And then I know people do the 99-cent books is
Yes.
because sometimes they're tiered books. So if you have like say it's
What's
a
a tier
series
book?
of a
Oh, a
yeah,
series.
a 3-book series.
Okay.
So the first book would be free, second book 99, and the third book would be like 199 or 299. It
Oh,
depends. So
okay.
it's a tiered book. So but it could be a standalone tiered book. So it could be, that means that the books have, kind of like Stealing Innocence or
Mm-hmm.
Dark Facade. So
Yep.
it would have all these characters in it, but those characters may appear in other books.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
there's
remember that because I've edited Dark Facade.
right. So like, yeah, so it's tiered books, but they're standalone. So
Got it.
there's a lot of reasons behind it. It could be a pricing decision, as in, okay, I'm lowering it for 99 cents for a year, and then once the big book comes out, the next book comes out,
Yeah.
and I know that book is gonna go up to New York Times level, then I'm gonna raise the prices of all my other books because people are gonna hear my marketing campaign. But it's really all about, you just really, if you want to find out, well, why did that author price that book 99 cents? Sometimes just ask the author, like, why
Right.
are you pricing your book this amount?
Right.
It sometimes it is because with me having 40 books, it depends on the book and what I'm going to price.
Mm-hmm.
And the book may go up, it may go down. So it just depends on me. But really in the beginning, it really is, check into your marketing, check in like how you want your marketing, because sometimes that has paid off. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
people make hundreds of thousands of dollars and all their books are 99 cents.
Really?
And they're
We're
like,
gonna talk about that. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
but
talk about
it's
that.
all about like how you do your marketing and how you know, it's not something to go into lightly, but like I said, we're not trying to pay for any habit.
Well, let's be honest. The average self-published author that I talk to, they don't have a marketing anything. They don't have a
Right,
marketing plan. They have a Facebook account. They don't have a they don't have an author page. They have a
right.
personal Facebook account. They have an
Of course.
Instagram account.
Or
And
and they have a cash app.
they have a flyer. They might have a flyer. So you're talking about a marketing what? Because there are people who don't have
Right.
marketing. They think Facebook really is marketing because they get likes and congratulations. But if that Cash App, if you don't hear that money dropping on the table,
Don't get
then
me started.
yeah,
Don't give me,
yeah, yeah.
girl.
That's
You hit a like a, oh girl. I felt it in my soul, like, oh
so the
Jesus,
people.
don't start.
Right. So the people, they already know because I get on my clients like, who's your marketing person? Marketing for what? All right, let me just send you some resources because apparently you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, what I usually say, and I'll talk about it a lot more at the conference, is that research. That's my favorite word. It's been my favorite word from the beginning since I've been doing workshops. It's all about the research you put into it.
People
People
don't like
don't
to
just,
research. They don't.
but
That sounds
sometimes.
like work, Sylvia. I don't
Um,
like to research. I'm gonna hire somebody.
Sometimes just going on an author's journey, you can sit there and just listen to an author's YouTube all day, and
Okay,
they will literally lay out their plan
their
of,
plan.
okay, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing this, this is what I'm involved in, and sometimes even getting out there and helping. Community board before book selling wins every time.
Right,
And when you get into this business, if that's what you're doing, then you are going to learn the lessons and how to do stuff correctly.
right. All right. So we talked about the price, which the
Yeah.
price and the cover are
That was
big.
number two. Yeah.
Well, those are big sore spots in my neck of the woods anyway,
Hmm.
because I now that I'm publishing clients, I kick back. They'll be like, I like this cover. I'm like, no, not with my logo on it. We're not doing it. Well, I kicked back an author last week. He wanted to price his book at $19.99. No,
Jesus.
this is his first book ever. We're not pricing it at night. You want to sell it or you want it to just be
But
sitting
he
in
got
your
the
trunk?
fountain of youth up in there.
No, I promise you he does not. No,
I might pay 19.99 for the fountain of youth, girl. I'll be like,
no,
okay.
no. And they will argue with me. Well, I'm not gonna make no money. Well, you can't $50 people to death for one book and then you sell to
Right.
20 people and you just go rest somewhere. After your
Mhm.
family and friends buy it, it's like you got to be able to sell this around the
True.
world,
And that's
nationwide.
definitely marketing research book. I mean, even if it's just a day, just I tell people you can put it in your car and put the YouTube channel on autoplay.
Right.
And sometimes
Just listen
authors,
to it.
yeah,
Loop.
and just
Mm-hmm.
listen to other authors in the business and just say, hey, okay,
Hey.
that does make sense. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
see why they did it, or I could put that into my marketing plan. So
Yeah,
when you come out, you're like, okay, I already know what I need to do. Even if it's just a 1 year plan, and you just at the end of that year, you do it all back over again.
that's right.
It's something. It's something to get you started, and it's something to make you better than what you would have did if you didn't.
Yes. So I think about 100 Words of Encouragement, which came out almost 10 years ago now, 2010. And when we launched that at Greater Grace Temple a long, long time ago, that book was
Yeah.
$9.99, $10. Y'all, you're not gonna get rich overnight writing one
Right.
book and trying to come out the gate selling it for $25. Because
Yeah,
I'm not buying it. I will
definitely.
get out of line. I will say, congratulations. I will take a selfie
Right.
with you. I will take a picture with you holding the book, but I'm gonna give
Holding
the
the
book
book, right?
holding the
And
book.
putting it right back.
I'm gonna give it right back. I'm not buying a $25 book. You can keep it. No. All right. So hold on, because I want to get to some of these comments before you get to number one. So
Well, I
somebody,
want to say to Kiana, I think I'm saying her name right, Kiana Howard. That is
I saw
so
that
awesome that she was selling her book at the grocery store, because you can even sell ebooks at the grocery store. And we'll even
literally
talk about that. We'll talk about, I've learned how you can sell ebooks
at the
anywhere, and we
grocery
will
store.
definitely talk about that at
Yes,
the conference.
Sylvia be on it. Okay. So
We
one
will
person
talk about,
said,
I sold ebooks, girl, in the most craziest places, and it's
I
so
don't want
much
to know
fun.
because
If
I
I
know
got my
Sylvia
phone,
Hubbard.
I can sell a book.
So Jessica Ingram said that's because they make it affordable for people to purchase. That's smart, right? We want people,
Mhm.
we do want it to be affordable for people to buy. We're not trying to price ourselves out.
Right.
They
And then
call it, what did they call it? Price gouging, right?
it's called price gouging. Just sometimes just sitting at a Barnes and Nobles one day and just, okay, this book is this much. Let's see how much their Amazon book is, or their
Mm-hmm.
ebook, or their Kindle book is.
That's
Okay,
good.
this book is like mine. Let's see how much they sell it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go and look at their author page. Sometimes doing
And doing
that,
the research, yeah.
just little research like that. If it's a book like yours, just do a little 15 minutes of research,
Right,
could save you so much time and make you so much money.
right. So Mandy Joe said likes. I'm assuming she's talking about the likes on Facebook. Don't pay the
Mm-hmm.
bills. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's a book title right there. Likes do not pay the bills.
Like,
Um, no, likes don't pay the
they
bills.
don't even
Jessica,
want you to do likes now. They want you to more do loves, or
right,
laughs, or
right.
something. They want
But
you.
not
They
even
want you
just the
more
like.
react.
Right. When
Yeah.
you think about Facebook, who really uses the blue button? Like I
Right.
don't. Most of the time it's a heart, at least, at bare minimum. But Jessica says she loves researching. We probably need to hire Jessica because I'm not researching. Um, no free lunch. Somebody said. I have no idea what
Right.
that
That was
means.
my Auntie Ola. Yeah, definitely. You do have
Yeah.
that work. Trust me, that hard work before you come out with that book will be so much more valuable as you're publishing and marketing that book.
Right.
And you got a lot of time, because you're sitting there waiting for your editor, you're sitting there waiting for your cover designer. So you can't say you shouldn't be just waiting.
Right.
Even the Bible say don't just
Right.
wait.
Right. Faith without works is dead. It
Right.
is dead.
You
Apply
should
that
be
to
out
your
there
book.
working.
Yeah. Because people love saying, I posted this status on Facebook and I got 200 likes and 350 comments.
I
And
don't
you
want to like. I
one
want you to
one
hit
book
that buy
sale.
button and
One
buy.
you got one book sale. One. You see this finger? One person bought your
Right,
book.
right.
No, like no, it's just
Definitely.
yeah, it's just bad. All right, so give us
Hi,
number one
Rhonda.
because hey Rhonda McKnight
I know
and
that's
Mary Seegers jumped on too. I'm sorry, hey Mary.
yay.
All right, the
Definitely.
number one error you see self-pub authors make when it comes to ebooks because we're gonna get it
And
right.
you will probably fall out your chair and start like praising God
Right.
when I
Uh-oh.
say this. And it is editing.
Yes. Yes. Where's the little emoji clap thing? Yes.
Start emoji in your own.
Oh God. Yes. I felt it. Yes. In my shadow box. Yes. Woo.
It is definitely
Let's
the
talk about it.
editing.
Editing or lack
people
thereof. Incorrect
lack
editing.
thereof, or people will go get that book edit and then not take the editor's advice.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's good.
gosh.
That's
They
good.
will. So first they will think, okay, I can edit myself because it's just the ebook.
You can't.
Secondly, they will go and get it edited badly
Yeah.
and then just get it back and then accept the changes. Don't even go through the book
Right.
to see how bad it was. And then they'll
I'm
hit
bad about that. But you know what, Sylvia? I'm bad about that. But I trust my editor, so I don't edit my own work. But when I
but
send
you
it to my
should.
editors, I trust them folk.
I know, but you should, because what your editor does, and you can agree with me, is that it helps you write better. Seeing the
Sure.
changes that they make helps you write a lot better because you're like, oh my God, I'm using just too much. I see
Right.
this now with all
Mm-hmm.
these little red marks, just.
Yep.
Or, oh, I need to stop doing my run-on sentences like this. So it helps you become a better writer when you go through that book and just see like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Now I know where I need to put more description at. Now I need to
Absolutely.
know where I need to elongate things, or I'm just putting too much description. Like, I had one editor, she just went through and said, you don't need any of this.
Wow.
You just
Wow.
need this.
This
And
is
it was
what
just
you
one
need.
sentence.
Yes.
And even though I loved like the thing that I did, it
We
was like so
overtalk.
hard to accept changes. I was like, oh, I don't want
Yeah.
to accept.
Yeah.
But
I've
did
had
it
people say
good.
to me, they like, when I sent my book to you, it was 100 pages. Now it's 50. I said, don't worry. When you put it in book format, it'll go back up to 100.
So when you get that book back from that editor, and I don't care like how well you think that editor is, that's your baby.
Yeah.
Go back through and see what they did to your baby. When you bring your kid home the first day from Head Start, you don't just be like, oh, okay, well, I know they took care of my baby. I'm
That's good.
stripping that thing down, see if it got any scars,
That's
bruises.
right.
I want to know what they did to my baby.
What did you do to
So
my baby?
right, what you do? So you
Yeah.
want to make sure when your editor give you your book back, and most editors, professional editors, they do want to know, did they do a good job? So
Mm-hmm.
you really want to go through and say, oh my gosh, she got me on everything,
Right.
because then they know that you're gonna pass the word around for them. You're
Right.
not just gonna be like, oh well, she edited my book. I love going through and seeing what they did to my babies, and then
Mm-hmm.
I can go back in and say, oh yes, I can say confidently, oh yes, I will say Tanita is an awesome editor. She caught
Right.
me on things I didn't know I did.
Right. And
Okay,
we went all the way back to the beginning and started
right,
editing all of your books that were already out. We went
right,
all the way back to
yeah.
like book one and started
Yeah,
moving
because
forward.
I
And
knew I didn't have good editors. So I'm talking from experience. I knew, and these were people who said, oh, I can edit your book. And I did do oh, I'll accept the changes and post it. And then it was like people, soon as I posted it, people were like, oh my God, this book would have been so good if it had been
right,
edited right. So you
right.
really can't, don't blame nobody else but yourself, because if you go through there and you have the edits, look at the edits.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Even change the character's voice. Yeah, you're right. And I always say your editor should be your translator to your readers.
To the readers.
Because
Yes.
sometimes you say stuff and you don't know what you say, and you think, oh, okay, it sounds right, but that's because
Right.
it's your baby. You're
It's
too
your
close
baby.
to it.
Yeah.
And even if you are an editor, and I say this to all the editors out there, I don't care, because I get this a lot. They'll be like, I'm an editor. I don't need to buy an editor. Get an editor
Yeah.
because
Get
you're too
two.
close. That is your baby. You don't
Yeah.
see when your baby mess up and somebody say your baby was
They be
bad.
like,
Or
don't talk about my baby. Don't talk about my
so,
baby.
right.
The biggest thing is, Sylvia, I want to say, um, not plug and so it is written, but plug and so it is written. The biggest thing I can say, one of my clients actually gave me this feedback. I was probably into my third or fourth year in business, and he said, you should really consider offering your clients 2 rounds of edits versus one. And so
Mm-hmm.
now all of my projects go through at least 2 rounds of edits because, like a lot of people said in the comments, the first time around, that first editor is doing more of a content editing. Well, then I want somebody to go through and do a final proofreading. And even after that, like today, I had a client send me her PDF back, and she said, well, T, you know, we missed a few things, or I saw a few errors. It was like 6 errors in the book that's 180 pages. But if she saw it, it's an error. She paid me for a service. I did not mind going in to correct it, and I apologize. Yeah,
editor should do. Yeah,
right.
that's a good thing. And I also tell authors, also include your cover in your edit.
Yes.
In your editing package, because you do not want your cover to go out looking unedited, since that's the first thing that readers get. So yeah.
I can't tell you how many clients come to me for editing, and then I don't talk to them again until the book is out, and I go to the book launch and there's a typo on the back cover in the synopsis. I'm like, why you just didn't send this to me by email when you had it as a JPEG or a PDF? But I tell people, your media kits, your websites, nothing can afford to have a typo, because at that point you become a professional writer. You become a professional writer. Like, people are looking to you. And the first thing I do when I go to somebody's website, I'm sorry, if they have errors, I'm clicking off, because that tells me you didn't invest. That already tells me that you didn't invest. So Rhonda McKnight said there are a few self-published authors that want content editing. They don't think they need it. You know what, Rhonda? I don't think they don't need it. I think they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it, because for me, it's more for content editing. Now, don't get me wrong. I get people like Tammy Turner, Jesse. When those people send me their books, I already know it's a proofread, because they write that well. Brandy Martin, Brandy's on here. Brandy had a romance book. I wanted to hire Brandy as my ghostwriter to write my book for me. That's how good of a writer she was. That's how good I'm still talking about her story. But I didn't have to do a lot of content editing for Brandy's book. So I'm not charging people for content editing just because. If I look at the book and it doesn't need it, oh, okay, I can see this is going to be proofreading, but it still will go through 2 rounds of edits, because I'm human. I'm going to miss something, you know? And
I usually tell, and for editing, you can get beta readers. You get your beta readers in there before you send it over, to the editor. Get your beta readers in there. You know, get your group edits, your critique edits and stuff like that. So they come in and they help you with the story. They help you with, you know, your content. They help you with the continuity things, the continuity errors that you wouldn't catch. So then once it gets to the editor, you know, they can give you can actually say, well, okay, I don't need the full thing, because I had like all of these people. They'll still check, you know, especially for first, second time authors, but at least you did a lot of the work that
and let me say this. I am an honest editor. If I have charged you for content editing and I get into the book and I see I'm doing more proofreading and the story is tight, I make up the difference on the back end. So you're no longer paying me for content editing. I've taken your page count, your price per page down from 7 to 5. And now I'm just paying me the difference for proofreading. I'm not charging people just to be charging people. If I get into it and it's not a lot of work, it's not a lot of work. But even on a proofread, I still want at least 2 people on my team to review it. And sometimes it's not me. Yeah.
Definitely. And that's why it's the number one reason. And it's sometimes it's all about just pay your editor. Just
pay the money.
Bite the bullet and pay the editor.
Pay the money.
Just pay the editor. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, I think this is okay. No. Get the editor involved, a professional editor. And I'll even say, just because they edit a cookbook does not mean they can edit your urban fiction. Do not do that. Get an editor that is in that genre, because you do not want to make any mistakes in that regards, because
even urban fiction, I want to make a point about urban Christian nonfiction books, because there are certain terms and certain church lingos that we use in the Black church, with the air quotes, the Black church. You know, if we say won't he do
there
it,
is the black church
there is a black church, you know, the ghetto Black church. So if we use those in our book, and I send your book and I've made this mistake, and I send that book to now a Caucasian editor, they will make the mistake of correcting it
Right.
or they will say, what does this mean? I don't get it. What are you trying to say to your readers? Now, we understand it because we come from the Black
Right.
church.
Yeah.
But if you don't, so that's where it comes in with, you have to know who you're writing to. So
Right.
are you
And
writing to the Black
translator.
church?
Right.
Yeah. Are
And
you
that's
writing to
where
the
your
Black church?
translator comes in. Yes.
Right. Or are you writing to the masses? And if you are writing to the
Right.
masses, we know the masses includes multiple nationalities,
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds. So you can't just write to the hood. You can't just write to Pookie and Ray Ray.
Right.
You know, if it's an urban fiction novel, let it be urban fiction, and you sell to the urban people. Don't
Right.
try and
And you
sell
have
to
even
Bill Gates.
made a point about, especially when it comes to Christian, about sticking to one Bible, and getting your
Yes,
editor
one or
involved in,
two.
or sticking with the Bible.
Just stick with the Bible in general. Just, yeah, the
Quote the real
Bible.
Bible.
Yes, the real Bible. Yes,
The
because
real.
they want to go to Bible Gateway and just copy the whole website. Like,
I
that's
was
not what we're
like,
doing.
what?
No.
This wasn't in the Bible. One time I was reading one book and I had to call my mama. I was like, Mama, the Bible didn't say this, and she was like,
You could have
No,
Googled that.
she said that. She was like, No, that was Oscar Wilde. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
That was a poet. Are you?
See, folks be quoting Miles Monroe and they be calling it the Bible. Like, no, that's just what he says a lot. Yes, he's a biblical teacher, but that's not Bible. And we take it
Oh
as
my
Bible.
God.
So we mislead people. So real quick, we're at 8:15. We've been on
I'm
having a
sorry.
good time.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna hang out with you because I'm hanging out with you in a minute in Chicago. Um, tell the people who are just jumping on the top 3 things you said that self-published authors, top 3 errors self-published authors make as it relates to ebooks, particularly.
So it is the cover.
The book
It
cover.
is the cover. It is the pricing,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the editing. Those are
Oh,
the top 3. We could go into a whole bunch more,
just off
but
that.
those are the top 3. When you come to the conference, we're gonna talk about how not to do that, and also different ways on how you can create your ebook, but also how to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck when you're publishing and marketing that ebook through
Yes.
the whole process. Because I
Yes.
want you to take this book. I want you to take this book. Everyone that I ever teach, I want you to take it global. I don't want it to be
That's
local.
good.
I want it to be global. And I want you to make money from this book. I don't want you to just be saying, "Hey, I wrote a book," and then 3 years later, this should be like your drip income afterwards.
Yeah.
This should be a great drip income. And I can attest for that, because if after the fire, if I didn't have that drip income coming in, I wouldn't have been able to walk into this house.
Listen, I got the alert from Amazon Kindle yesterday. Like, thank you. There's a deposit on the way. Bless you.
Like,
All
he's
right.
the best baby daddy ever.
Yes. I don't even know it's coming. You just get an email like, it's money about to be in your account. All right. People be like, well, who bought the book? I don't care. I don't know. They bought it off Amazon and I got money
Right.
in my account.
So I hope everybody joins us in Chicago, because I want that room to be full, because people do need this education. People
Yes.
think that people are not reading, but they are reading.
They are.
I am making a nice money from Kindle Unlimited. So it's like, and they're making it easy to get your books. Like,
Yes.
and the money is coming straight to you. I mean, you're getting rid of so many middlemen. When I tell you it was so many middlemen in the beginning of publishing back in 2000, it was crazy. Now you can get straight to the reader, straight to get your content right there in front of their eyes, even faster than ever.
Yes. Yes.
There's
Yes.
no reason why we shouldn't at least have gas money every week.
At
There's
least.
no reason why.
At least. So Annette Price said, can you repeat the top 3? I missed it.
Okay, so the top 3 are your cover design,
Mm-hmm.
pricing, and editing.
All right.
So those are the top 3 mistakes that they make going into it, things that they take for granted, or they just do wrong.
Yeah, that's good.
So
That's
we
good.
will be making sure we hit those points, and possibly 20 other points.
Yes, yes. And I'm like you. A lot of people don't know how simple and how little cost you have to invest
Right.
to actually publish an ebook. So we're going to tell them the secrets of how to save money
Definitely.
in publishing
Definitely.
the
We'll
ebook.
be going
And
through. all of it, because
Yeah,
I had 3 mouths to feed, so I wasn't playing when it came to it. I knew that you know, the government say you got to feed them or you go to jail, you know,
yes,
that kind of
you will
thing.
go to jail,
So
Sylvia.
I had to watch my ducats. You know, I had to like be careful of how I did it. So walking into eBooks wasn't a light decision, especially back then. I'm gonna tell you, people were telling me stop this eBooks because a New York Times bestseller author
Wow.
told me people are not going to be reading books on a screen. This was back
Not
in
really.
2002. A New York Times bestselling author said this
Mm.
to me. And
Now
then
look at
like
where we are today. Ain't
15
nothing
years
but
later,
screen time.
she was texting me talking about, don't you know a little bit about ebooks?
A little bit, just a little bit,
And I'm
a
gonna
little
tell you,
bit.
if my mama hadn't raised me Christian, I would have probably said what she could do with that. Why
Yeah,
don't you
no,
go ask
that's
somebody
shade.
else?
Yeah, that's shade. That's shade. So we listen. So Saturday, August 17th,
Yes.
We're in Oak Brook, Illinois. It's a suburb in Chicago. We are at the Hilton. We still have seats available. We still have seats for vendors if people want to be vendors. I think I have four vendor tables left. So you can
Yes.
come. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can come
You
sell your
have to
book.
come.
Yeah, come sell your book. You get to attend the conference as a vendor. I don't make my vendors sit outside the whole day. Don't you hate those events where you're a
Hot,
vendor?
tired,
Yeah, and you're just sitting at a table
exhausted.
for 8 hours. Yeah. So we don't do the vendors like that. Listen, the VIP people, they get a professional photo on site. You know why? Because I'm tired of looking at ratchet headshots on
Oh,
the back of
Jesus.
covers. Yeah, we're
Or a
gonna talk
shower
about that too.
curtain. Start with the
Or a shower
toilet
curtain.
on the back. Girl, I saw a toilet on the back of the cover just recently. I was like, oh, don't you do this?
No. Send
Yes,
it to
they
me.
did it.
Inbox it to me.
Happy about it too. Like, oh, I was like, oh, don't you do
Send it to me. Inbox it to me. I'm using it in my presentation in
Oh
Chicago.
my God. I put the book. I didn't take a picture of it because I was so shocked. I just put the book down and walked away because
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was like, no, and it was a serious subject. It was
Yeah.
serious,
Yeah.
and I was no. And then she had it on her banner too.
See,
She
with the
what?
toilet. So,
What?
yes, if you do not have the VIP package, please consider it because we want you to have professional headshots so that you can present in excellence on the back of your book cover and your website and your Facebook page because everything
Right.
is marketing. People think they can use a toilet selfie for marketing on Facebook. No,
No,
you
stop it.
cannot.
Or the
So,
car selfie. The car
the car
selfie
selfie with the seatbelt on because safety
right.
first. Safety first. In the book. In the book.
Safety first.
Safety
Right.
first. I got my seatbelt on. But yes, but
Stop
I'm not
it.
paying for a professional headshot. So we will be offering that. Oh, I have a special offer for if you're a part of AWAOA, Sylvia, you're familiar with Aspiring Writers Association of America. But
Yes.
also, if you have ever been a client of So It Is Written, I need you to email me, text me, call me tonight or tomorrow. I have a very special offer just for my customers. If you've ever been a So It Is Written client, that is Nyla knocking on my door, child. And you can register for this conference Saturday, August 17th. TheRedInkConference.com. TheRedInkConference.com is the website. You can inbox me. I'll send you the link directly on Eventbrite if that's better for you. You can contact Sylvia. She's going to be in the house. Val was on here earlier. I don't know if she had to jump off, but Val is another one of the speakers, and she's
Yes.
definitely going to be in the house. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some fun. We got some giveaways. I've already started buying stuff. Y'all know I buy too much stuff. And I already started buying stuff to give away at the Red Ink Conference. So if you need more information, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. This was just a taste, a teaser of what you're going to experience at the conference. I'm not bringing anybody in that's been playing games. These people are
No.
heavy hitters in the industry. They're well known. They're great. They operate in excellence. I try not to bring any people who are like, I don't want to say shysters, but people who are just trying to get money before my audiences. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like I don't do that. So, all right, Sylvia, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed. And I will see
Thank
you in the
you.
great city of Chicago.
And everyone else, go to the redinconference.com and get y'all tickets now.
Yes. right now,
Now.
tonight. All right. Love you, sis.
Bye.
Bye-bye.